This is a tutorial video on how to edit and manage the events within the event system on the website. So whether it's adding events or editing events, this is where you would do it. So if I'm logged into the WordPress dashboard here, I'm going to go into the Events tab where you'll then see all of the current events. So if you did need to edit any of these, you could go in, click Edit, and then edit any of the information. But let's say I do want to add a brand new event, something coming up. You can go ahead and click Add New either here, or this shortcut where you could do New Event here. So if I go ahead and I'll just click Add New here, you're going to go ahead and enter the title at the top. So let's say it's Annual Town Meeting. Let's say a description of what will be discussed. You can go here. Certainly feel free to go crazy, enter some paragraphs if there's any attendees who will be there, etc. This is full reign to be attached to the event details. And then let's say you want to add the meeting agenda. So I will go ahead and type meeting agenda here. Meeting agenda. And then what you're going to do is click this Add Media button here. And then if you have the meeting agenda saved to your computer, you'll just go ahead and upload the file. So you'll hit Upload Files, select Files, and choose one from your computer. But for the sake of argument, I will just select one that's already in here. So let's say I select this document that's already in here. When you do so, you're just going to want to go ahead and make sure that these meeting agendas fall into the particular category that they're supposed to fall under. So if I'm in this survey, it's going to not have anything selected here. I'm going to want to make sure that I select that it's a meeting agenda, and I'm actually going to select when the meeting date is. So let's say it's April 29th here, and then you're going to choose which folder that you want it to appear in. So what's going to happen is when you select meeting agendas here, when you upload it, whenever I go to the, let's say, Board of Health page, after I add it into the media library and select, let's say, Board of Health here, this meeting agenda will automatically appear on the meeting agendas page. So anytime you upload a meeting agendas minute or agenda, just make sure that you're uploading it correctly and tagging it correctly. There's going to be a separate video on that, which we will touch on, but basically what I'm going to do, upload the file, and then this URL is what you're going to grab. So I will just copy this and X out of here, and then I'm going to highlight my meeting agenda text. I'm going to click Insert Link. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to click Apply, and then there is my PDF. Now, if you do want it to open in a new tab, which the majority of people probably will, you're going to click Edit. You're actually going to click this Link Options here and click Open Link in a new tab, Update, and my meeting agenda is now attached to the event. So now that I have this agenda, I have the details, I have the title, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to select which type of event it is. If it's a community event, government meeting is probably what I would go with. If you wanted to create a new category, if it doesn't fall under any of these pre-existing ones, pretty simple, just click Add New Category, type it in, and then you'll be able to create new ones. Now over here is where you're going to create your start time and end time. If it's an all-day event, you'll just click the checkbox and you'll see that this gets grayed out, so you can just choose one day, a full day. If it has a start and end time, you'll go ahead and select, let's say, 28th, and let's say it starts at 10 a.m. and we'll say it goes until 11:30 a.m. Now, you also have the opportunity to have recurring events. Just keep in mind, if you do so, then the event details and description will always be the same every time it does recur. So if you did want to have a meeting agenda associated with it, I would recommend creating separate events every time. But if you did have a recurring event that was just something like a meeting that doesn't necessarily have agendas, you could go ahead and do a recurring event. Maybe it's weekly, or have it every 2 weeks and they fall on a Tuesday every time. And you can even have it go until, if it's every Tuesday, only through August. You have that option. So there is a recurring event option, but just keep in mind that the details would be duplicated if you did so. So over here you have where your venue is going to be, so where the event is going to take place. So we have these pre-existing event venues. So if it was at the Council on Aging, I would just select that, and you'll see it automatically loads in. But if you did want to add a new venue that you don't see appear here, you would just click this Add button and type in what the venue name is, the address, etc. So that way the map then pulls in the correct information. So after I do that, I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to add an image to be associated with the event. So I'll click Set Featured Image. I will add an image. Let's say I just do this one, for example. I'll hit Set Featured Image. So now I'm pretty ready to go. I'm pretty ready to hit Publish. So I have my title, event details, my link to my agenda, what category it is, when it starts, when it ends, where the venue is. Here I'll have Council on Aging, added my picture, and now you're just going to hit Publish. Once you hit Publish, it'll appear on the event calendar. So that is how you would add a new event. Keep in mind over here there is the opportunity to add venues. I'll just leave this and trash it. But if you did want to add venues that will then load into that drop down when you're making these events, I would certainly recommend it. But that is how you would add and edit the events on the event calendar.